Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. May you stay blessed as we enter the crypto universe. I didn't want to say verse. It was weird. It got awkward. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Super Bowl. No, welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. God bless each and every one of you for being here. We're going to jump on in and look at Bitcoin like we do every single day. May God bless each and every one of you. Shout out to the channel sponsor. Shout out to ITrust Capital. Move your Roth IRA or IRA to a place where you could trade gold, silver, and cryptocurrency all in one beautiful place, tax-free. ITrust Capital is the place to be. Link in the description and that QR code. You could just scan it real quick and check it out if you'd like. ITrust Capital. Also, BingX, where you can see me behind you twice. Amazing. Shout out to BingX. Shout out to everybody out here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. First thing we're going to do is put the lemon into the water. That's a thing we do here. If you were new, we do it. We do it every single time I'm on the show. And I'm at a stand-up desk, as you can see. Beautiful place to be. Standing up is really awesome. I do it every day. That's where I trade. That's where I made my trade this morning, where I scalped Bitcoin for $127. Getting back in the saddle, so to speak. Let's take a big sip here of the lemon water. Let's stay blessed. May the dear Lord bless my mother's soul, my father's soul, and all the people that we've lost in this world. I miss them so. And, yeah. But may God bless each and every one of your family members, too. May God bless you. And may you have a blessed day. May this water be blessed. May this water bless me and enter my body and cleanse me. Amen. Praying on the water. Decalcify that pineal gland. Get yourself in action. You know what I'm saying? I always say it starts from within. Okay. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I appreciate you. I believe in you. And I think we can do amazing things together. What do you think? Let's do it. Let's do it. So let's talk about BOOKMAP right now. BOOKMAP showing signs of a move further to the upside as the liquidity kind of reigns high. It's amazing how 38.8 is now our floor, because that was something we couldn't get above recently. I like this price action. It's beautiful. I see what's happening. It's nice. Wow, the coat makes your arms just, you know, I guess my arms are just that big, but I mean, seriously, like, that's scary. Anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. 39,620. And we see there's more liquidity up here at 40,000. We can get all the way up to 40K is what we're seeing here on BOOKMAP. Link in the description of BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP had an amazing sale. Hope you jumped in. If not, it's okay. It's still here for you. It's awesome. And just taking a look at BOOKMAP today as it's ready to go on the BOOKMAP data. I like it. I like it a lot. I like what I'm saying here. Just had one issue. I got to add the liquidation indicator. Even though I did add it, there's been something with the jar file. I think maybe they updated the jar file with the new version, and I may just have to get a new jar. You know what I mean? We'll take a look at that. I'll ask the team when I get a chance. Haven't had a chance. Got to get my liquidations back, baby. But I do see that there's a bunch of liquidity up here at 40K. And the closest down here at like 38.8, but that's just kind of like, someone who missed the party is trying to pull us back down. There is a good amount of Bitcoin down there, 700, about 1,000 to 1,100 Bitcoins. And this is how many Bitcoins are getting bought and sold at the price. So we have 522 want to be sold, 310 want to be sold, 39.9. And usually you don't want to short in between a big order. You can get what's called squeezed. And that's what's called a short squeeze for Bitcoin. All right. How do I join the classes to learn more? Jump on in, baby. Hit the links in the description of the videos to join class, to jump on in. I got a QR code for class. I just need I think it's right here. Jump on in here. Join class. Hit the QR code to jump into class. Life Revision Trading Course. Thank you for asking. What an amazing ask. You're awesome. May God bless you for doing that. And, I wonder if I could even duplicate. If I could paste, duplicate. Copy. Paste, duplicate. Take that one away. Shrink her down. Or take that one away. Yeah, and I just like to keep this around if possible. Hard to do, though. But yeah, you want to jump into class, hit the QR code up there. $150 to learn more. I can't wait to see you in class. Class was amazing. I just did a class yesterday. I had a really good time getting back into the motion of teaching. Getting back into what I go, what I'm into. Anyway, let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's break it down like we do every single day. So with me, I talked about this channel breaking out. I was a little early on it, on the 4 hour. I was around here. Then we went a little lower. Oh, no, that was maybe this bigger channel. Sorry, yeah. But here, yeah, I basically said, I was here, and I said the 1 hour is going to likely go sideways to the downside. We did that. We then were right here. We called, or we got I think that move happened while I was traveling. I'm not on it, but I remember this move calling to the upside. Then we went sideways, and then I woke up and called another long. That blasted to the upside, and then I called another long. So far, a little bit of a pump, but we didn't get it all. I ended up selling at 39,701, something like that. Let me take a look exactly what I sold at. And I was just, for me, into my futures account, I just get back into trading futures. And to me, it's just, it's like, I took a break. My mom died, and I really didn't, money didn't mean anything to me. Like 100, it just didn't matter. In at 39,624, out at 37,17. And that's how you can turn a very small move for Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin went up $100, less than $100. It went up about, 90, we're looking at $93, right? And some change, or 92 and some change. And we made 4.6% out of that, out of a $100 Bitcoin move. I could teach you all sorts of cool tips and tricks. Again, I spot traded for a long time before I even began to do anything like that. That took 10 minutes to make $127. You could do that a few times a day. Win some, lose some, depending. Mostly win some. And, make $1,000 a day. You know what I mean? I could do so many different ways. And I have so many different ways to trade. And, I could teach you the education of technical analysis that can kind of get you to the next level if need be. All right. So here we are now. What's happening? Well, the 15-minute got overbought, and started to curve to the downside, which is, that's when I start to, when I see the 15-minute getting that move, I step on out. Now, what we want is this to make some type of like bullish falling wedge and just bearish, what's called a bullish retest, and not go back inside this pattern. We'd like to see, we'd like to see this level, resistance. We'd like to see that level hold at 39,545. So we're pretty close to a bounce. We'd like to see it. The 7-minute usually could give it to us if it's getting oversold, and that's what we're looking for. So we're looking for these time frames to kind of possibly give us a bit of a bounce here. Otherwise, it is an M. Look at it. It's an M pattern, and it has resistance at 39,697. All right. So anyway, and I'm going to do my top-down analysis if you don't mind. All right. But that's what I'm seeing right now. But again, just because, I don't know, it's just how my mind works. I have to do it from the beginning all the way back, every single time. It can be annoying, but that's just how my mind works. So I got my key levels, 32,000, right? 31,008, 25K. Those are in the dust. You never know. We could come back. You never know. We have this key resistance level that we've stayed above, and I kept saying as long as we stay above it, beautiful. The weekly candle tonight looks like it's going to close very nicely. Very, very nicely. I like what I'm seeing there. So far, so good, right? Like, this is good market structure. I'm proud. I'm happy with what the bulls have done. Me and my bullish friends with Bitcoin, all right? We broke above 36,200 key level. 35 was a bit of a struggle for a while. Now we don't even remember that. Bitcoin has been moving so fast, people haven't, but all they do, once it pumps, everyone just thinks about how much is it going to dump now. It's funny, right? That's just what happens. So we have a bigger resistance coming for Bitcoin. You could say we're right on one right now, like technically. I'm using these two candles here. But it's not the best support and resistance. It's like one spot, not the strongest. And you can say we actually edged up above it already. So to me, I mean, the next resistance for Bitcoin is 43,000, right? Come down a little bit. About 43,200 for BTC. There's really nothing in the way here. A little bit of chop, but really there's just nothing. And you can see how the VRVP, and I was looking at this for a long time, and I've mentioned this before. But so, yeah, you don't have nodes that stick out, right? But what you do have is you have, rounded notches. And so you can, these are still beautiful gaps. And you can see how fast move, almost came back, fast move, bit of chop, really, not really fast move. So like fast move, really all the way up to 47,000. There's just not a lot of stoppage here. And then, I mean, not a lot of resistance here, and then fast move. I mean, I don't think people realize how quick we can get to price discovery here for Bitcoin. It's not going to take a lot. We don't have a lot of resistance. We broke down pretty fast once we did, and so it's a good sign for Bitcoin on the way back to the upside. Yes, we're a little overbought on the stochastics RSI. Yes, the MACD is somewhat extended. Yes, the RSI is getting high, but no bearish divvy yet. The only thing is this. To me, there has to be a bigger pullback now after the halving or, sometime, because it just, I don't know, eventually we will get so pinned and it's going to be a year from now. What are we going to, next November? So just telling me to be careful. Something's going to happen, right? It's not all up. It's not all the way up, even though this one was pretty much just a couple pullbacks. But for the most part, it was up. Anyway, bigger idea, bigger picture. What do you think is going to happen in this big rally? What is going to be the highs? Tell me what you think. What will be the highs for this bull run for Bitcoin? You know what I'll do, actually? I'll make a poll, but I wanted to see what you guys thought, you guys and girls, ladies and gents. So what will be the high for this bull run for Bitcoin? And we'll say 80K to 100K. 100K to 160K. 160K to 250K. 500K. All right. And let's see what you guys think. So what will be the high, right? In ballpark high, we're not going to, but what will be the high? What will be the high for this bull run for Bitcoin? 80 to 100K, 160. All right. And let's see what you guys think. This is a good poll. Haven't done this thing. This is a good poll. I like what we're seeing here. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. 622 people. God bless you, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for being here. 185 likes, $7 in chat revenue. You people are amazing. Algo, targets, please. Still sorry for your loss. Amen. Shout out to Fatality. How sweet you are. God bless you. Sorry for any loss that you've inquired too. We're all going to go through a loss, right? So may God bless you. Thank you so much for your kindness. Law of diminishing returns. You never know, though. What if it's the other way around? What if it's undiminishing returns? Anyway, as I saw 589, I couldn't help to think about Bitcoin. I mean, about XRP, right? At 589. Interesting. Interesante. Hola. ¿Cómo está? Me llamo Samuel. Mucho gusto. Anyway, so Bitcoin's edging above a key level. We could even bring it down here and say, look at that resistance that it broke. Resistance, 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 resistance. And so like weekly resistance, really 38,005. You know, a little bit of push over there, and then we're above that. So it just, there's really no resistance, and above a high volume node, I just don't see how Bitcoin can't get to 47K. Again, anything could happen. I'm open-minded. Let's take a look at our 5-day, which closed beautifully, right? And opening another candle, which closes in 3 days and 9 hours. I mean, unbelievable. And that's 3 white knights. That's a very bullish sign for the 5-day chart. And again, what happens when you get above a 200 SMA? I teach you guys this. Price action loves to explode. So everything is on target, on plan, on mission, on move for the bigger moves to the upside that I've been going over. So far, so good. You know, the support and resistance is in play. The moving averages are in play. We stayed above a key diagonal support and resistance. Resistance, resistance. When we flipped this and bounced, I mean, that was it. That was an SR flip of support and resistance right there. A diagonal SR flip. Then we got above this key level. We got high volume nodes. We got a gap here taking us to 47,676. I see how 47K can get hit. Not that far from now. So either show me the charts and I'll show you the news. Like the charts are telling us something is brewing for Bitcoin. Blessed to see another year. Thank you for everything. God bless you. Is it your birthday, man? God bless you, Kyle Vero. Thank you for being here. All right. I think to push back to March when BlackRock finds Data's Arch isn't a big name and they have evidence to use the SEC's defense was sued, but BlackRock's getting the spot ETF. Oh, yeah. So we're looking at this. So now I'm going to move into the 3-day chart. So remember when I said, as long, and we got close, I said, as long as we stay above the 200 SMA on the 5-day, and as long as we stay above this 2 line, I said, we have nothing to worry about. I said, the bears don't have no fear. Remember when I said this? Who remembers me saying this over and over and over and over again, right? Many, many times. Many, many times. You're about to get a golden cross on the 4-day chart. Very bullish sign. I know those stochastics are high, but we can go up sideways while these reset and then just continue to moon. Looking at the key levels on the VRVP and these moving averages tell a story bigger than we can believe, all right? To be able to read these stories, to be able to read these tea leaves, is to be able to see what others can't see, all right? First word out of my mouth today was futures. Shout out to Peter Johnson. Relax, hope for gains, and pray for a good outcome. You're funny, man. I don't pray for gains or hope for gains. I make gains. You know what I mean? I pray and hope for love in the world and for people to be filled with more love. That's what I pray and hope for every day of my life. You know what I mean? May God bless all the beautiful people here. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Hit the like button, please. Spread this love around the world. Love is the strongest frequency. If you don't hit the like button, that means you're not full of love, baby, and I know you are. So let's go. 671 beautiful souls on the live. 219 likes on a Sunday morning. Our first week back into action after such a nice break with the family members. Hope you had a good time. You know, mine was irregular, but it should have been, could have been a beautiful time, but it's fine. At the same time, you know, I'm sticking with the gratitude of the idea that my mother could have died alone, you know, and she did not. She died with all of us around her. If I get to fly out of this world like that, so be it. And she was gone. She didn't have to sit inside of an old age home. She didn't have to get dementia. None of that stuff had to happen. You know, it ended a little more abruptly than I would have liked it. I'll be honest, but you know, things don't go the way you plan on this earth. And I'm coming to terms with it the best I can. The best I can. The fact that I was able to make a trade this morning and kind of get my mojo back was really good for me. That meant something to me, you know, so, and I won it too. And I was disciplined and I did the right thing. I took my gains when gains were had, right? It's futures, man. You know, it happened fast. When I make over $100 in less than, let's say, 5 minutes, it tells me, hey, unless I see a huge move, which I do see something brewing, but I need these smaller time frames to play with us. So look, I'm seeing a bearish div here on Bitcoin. It's not a good sign. And we're getting a little overbought on the stochastics RSI. I mean, it's okay. It doesn't mean it's over or anything. But it means that, you know, if we don't get a big push up in the next today and tomorrow, at least up to this next big level at 41,009 and we break into the 40K region, you know, we're going to have to go somewhat sideways and we may give some of this back, right? But so far, so good for Bitcoin. I mean, it's a clear breakout, and I like what I'm seeing. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. 4 hours very overbought as well, but still flagging out. You know, still going sideways. And to me, that's a bull flag nonetheless. So we got a bull flag here on the 4-hour time frame. And we wait for the 21-day move average to kiss price action, you know. We did it here on the 1 hour, and you could say, okay, you know, it looked like we broke out of a beautiful pennant on the 1 hour already. That's what we were looking at this morning. And we're able to make some gains from. And to me, it does look like it's retesting a key level of support or resistance. You could even draw this line here. There's a resistance, a bit of support. Can we hold that line? Tells me that Bitcoin has a chance of going over to 40K today, 40K, 40,472, you know. And we'll see. We'll probably, you know, we might see some more sideways price action till we see the CME. Again, let's take a look. Another set of slight bearish divergence, though, right? I mean, that's a bearish sign. That's a low. That's a higher high. That's a high. That's a lower low. I mean, it's not a good sign for BTC, right? It's not a good sign for any asset in the world when you see a bearish divergence of this nature. Doesn't mean it's the worst thing in the world. It could get negated, but it's you know, it tells us that we should be careful here. And we did get rejected by a key level at 39,775 for Bitcoin. All right. Maybe slightly higher on the futures, but that's basically going to be your point. Now, it's not all bad. Let's take a look at our 15 and our 7, which are showing some signs of that reversal, right? But not amazing, honestly. The pattern isn't the hottest thing I've seen in a while. Almost a slanted shoulder head and kind of a right shoulder there in a way. I'm not saying it is for sure. I'm just brainstorming with y'all. You know, we would be looking for this type of, you know, for me now, if I want to make a long, I mean, it's super aggressive to get in now. You do see previous resistance becoming support. It's a possible SR flip. Stop loss could be somewhere here. But again, you don't want to lose that 200 SMA. Now, the 1 hour is very far away from the 200. This is a good sign. So even if we pull back and we come back to some key levels, it's not the worst thing in the world. We'd be looking at about 39,000, right? The fact that 39K is below us at this point, too, is pretty insane. Absolutely beautiful, right? I'm in a state of shock. I think it's awesome. We went up pretty fast when you didn't even realize it, you know. Some of the damn morning, my mom just kind of in space, and next thing you know, Bitcoin's just ripping, and it's pretty good to see, you know. Can you look at Harry Potter, Obama, Inu? Maybe. The shorts have dived back in the last hour. Sunday Live with Sam is like Crypto Church, and he's the best preacher. God bless. TA, Dogecoin. Flavor going to say a prayer for your mom right now. I feel you and Sam, as my dad had a stroke as well. I'm so sorry, man. We had October, then November. Pretty good so far. It was amazing, right? We had a really good 2 months. You know, life has been good to us. The gains have been fun. I hope you stack some gains. You know what I mean? I stacked myself in Escalade. You know, but it was such a good, you know, it was really a good few months of trading. It really was. And, you know, pat yourself on the back if you took some gains and built some bags. You know, I was able to swing trade. I was able to make some futures gains. I was able to make some regular spot gains, and I was able to build bags. And a lot of the bags I built were up pretty nicely too. So, like, I mean, everything is looking nice, in my humble opinion. So, you know, this could be this falling wedge that breaks out and breaks back inside. It's the one thing that I usually look at, right? And I like the 7 minute. So let's see if the 7 minute can get this move. And we can liquidate some more shorts here. We do see more liquidity up to 40K. You know, this takes us to about that level, right? 39,880. And then the bigger target brings you all the way up to 40,447. And we got liquidity here at about 40,000, right? We do see 38.8. It's not all good. But now we're somewhat sideways, you know. It's crazy how we sold the top of that scalp earlier today In the small time frames, you know, whenever I'm in and I see the 7-minute stochastics turning, the 15-minute turning like that, it tells me that I should be taking some profits if I'm scalping with large leverage, because I'm going to lose most of my profits on the smaller time frames. It just is what it is. All right. So I like what we did here. I like how we broke it down. We started with the bigger time frames and we went all the way down. You know, and we can see our key levels of support or resistance. We know what we're looking for. We know where we're at. Beautiful breakout of this, you know, ascending triangle or rising wedge, really, whatever you want to call it. Rising wedge, really beautiful move. That also has a bigger measured move, the base. And we're talking it lines up pretty much with about 42K. So, I mean, a lot pushing for 42K technically, just technically wise. I don't like the stochastics on the 4-hour RSI. They're a bit overbought. MACD also extended. RSI, no bearish div yet, though, telling me that we could still extend. All right. The 2-hour looks interesting. So does the 1-hour. They still might have some gas here. So let's watch to see if this 1-hour candle can close bullish or bearish. Let's take a look here. All right, so we did close bearishly already, but we closed right at resistance. You know, it's really crucial. I want to see this candle close green, engulf this candle, not lose this resistance area. If this comes back down, it puts us more into the idea of just the flag on the 4-hour time frame. You know, that's another skill that comes with time, like knowing what, you know, do you look at this pattern like this? Or do you just look at the flag on the 4-hour time frame, you know, and you'll find a comfort zone with certain time frames that make more sense to you at certain times. And there's no real, like, there's no 100% answer to this. It comes with time. It just comes with time. You just begin to gain these skills. It's an innate intuition that you just gain, you know. Once you know your technical analysis and stuff, there's just something else going on in between your mind and what happens with the move, you know. Yeah. Anyway, so we're watching to see if the 7-minute can get a bounce here. This is key. We lose this level, we break back inside the pattern, things change. The narrative changes, the story isn't the same. You know, we keep this level, we stay inside here, there's a chance we start getting a bounce. A real ballsy call is to long right now. I mean, that's a lot of guts. A lot of people wouldn't do that. A lot of people are in fear. That usually means it would pay off, but you never know. You know, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I'm just going over the idea of what that would entail if a trader were to long here. All right. To me, it would be pretty gutsy call. It would be very high risk, right? At the same time, we're at some type of support and resistance flip here. Once we break this level, we start to drop down. It's a wrap. This does look like an M pattern to me. That's bearish. And I can see there was clear resistance at 39,694 to 39,007 too. I want to make it just a J there. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So not much more to say about Bitcoin. I think we kind of locked it in. Pretty spot on, right? This Ordinals continues to pump, running off the ordinal idea. I don't know if it's really doing what it does. SHIDO had a bit of a move there. We talked about it yesterday, breaking out of the pattern to the upside. Didn't come back down to the bottom, broke right out actually off the fib levels. But you can see it was near that, you know, golden pocket at one point too. We got the move. Let's take a look at my baby NEXA, my new obsession here. Always find some new coin to obsess over for a couple months. I like what I'm seeing for NEXA. All right. Show inverted, you know, even if it comes down even more and we end up getting a longer falling wedge, that would be great. Either one is fine for me. Looks more like it will come down. It's kind of rounding there, you know. But so far it is holding this kind of level of support, right? I love if NEXA comes down and hits this level here at 9917. That would be like a very good load up point. I did have a fib point pulled on this. That's your 786 fib. I mean, that would be beautiful, right? We may not get it. There's some good buy pressure coming in. People sweating this coin a little bit. It even got a little bit of a pump, you know, from 12 8 all the way up to like 15 8 yesterday. So it's like a 25% move for NEXA, right? Because it was 3 on 12. 22% gains. I mean, it's no joke, right? That coin moves tiny. It gets a big pump. So watching NEXA, interesting. Inverted head and shoulders slightly. I wouldn't be surprised if it does break down, though, and comes in contact down here with this lower trend line one more time. We get to like the 706 fib level. All right. I jumped into NEXA the other day when you covered it, still holding, and it looks good to me. May move some SHIDO gains into NEXA. And we trade some of the smallest coins in the game and some of the biggest coins in the game, you know. I run the gambit from DeFi to lo-fi to hi-fi. 20. So some could say this broke out already. There's two thoughts here. You broke out, you're at a resistance, all right? You don't hit your thumb on the space bar, which puts you down to the next coin. All right, you don't have a chubby thumb like me. You have a regular thumb. All right. So resistance here for Ed at 14.2. You can see that, right? 14.27 hit the same exact area, 14.3 you could call it. But you know, to me, it's now kind of making another pattern, right? And to me, it's all about the next pattern, the next movement, the micro to the macro, the in to the out, the zoom in, the zoom out. Being ahead of the game, being ahead of the curve, right? So there's two thoughts here. One, we're open to a bigger idea, which is still super bullish, and that we come back down to the bottom of the pattern one more time, which would be great. No problems at all. Another is that we have broken out and retested the top of this channel already, and we're making a nice little flag for a bigger move. And we're going to go into some price discovery into 15. Either one I'm so cool with, regardless. If we come down here, I would grab a little more Caspa. I like it at this bottom trend line. I just watched a guy talk about Caspa today, and he was like a little bearish. But he kept saying the word I think all the time, and this is what I think. And I was like, oh man, this guy. So I don't know what's going to happen to Caspa. I have no clue. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I do see a gap here. If we lose these key nodes, we're going to drop. But we tried to do that already, and we got bought up there, there, and there. 3 high lows in a row is interesting to me. Show signs of people wanting to get in, wishing they had it, and then getting in at the prices as soon as they can get it lower. There's a lot of FOMO for this coin. It hasn't gone away just because you haven't heard about it pump again. People are on the sidelines waiting. And I believe every time it takes a dip, or not what I believe, but I've been seeing every time it takes a dip, people are getting a little bit hungry for Casper. Again, it does follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin takes a nice big pullback. You'll see a dump for Casper. The whole market will take a pullback, right? So that's kind of, you know, that's the risk you take when trading cryptocurrency, right? And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. If you come to my channel, I'm a teacher, you're a student. That's the basis of our relationship. If you jump into a one-on-one with me, I'll never go over your portfolio and talk about allocation and stuff like that. All I will show you is kind of coins that I'm looking at, things that you can talk about, right? We can go over all sorts of different ideas, and I can show you technical analysis, you know? Just want to make it clear. If anyone ever comes to you, oh, we're doing some special thing, no, that's it. That's not me. That's someone impersonating me or doing something strange. You know what I mean? Casper is ISO compliant, XDC2. Yeah. I think a lot of people are into this whole ISO compliant idea. I think there's some promise to it, but I think it can, like, I'd rather just cash in on someone might just cash in on a meme coin and make more money than someone who's sitting there waiting for ISO. I'm just saying, you know, I like to make the money in front of me. I just got caught up so many times in deep narratives that are great and they're awesome, but they also got me from losing money that was just quick and easy in front of me. Not quick and easy, but more simple maybe. I don't like using the word easy, but just simpler ways to cash in on the market. So, I mean, also Casper, I was into Casper heavy and I got rid of it, honestly, because, you know, shout out to Patrick Bellini in the house. God bless you, brother. And again, I'm going to teach you one thing. If you're feeling anxiety right now about life, like you're not sure where you're going to go in life, you have plans, hopes, and dreams. You might be in a one-bedroom apartment like I was in Queens, New York. You might be where you want to be right now. You might be not where you want to be. You might be sharing a room with somebody. You might be sharing, you know, you're an apartment with a few other people. You might be learning to get by. You might be working the night shift like I did. You know, the best advice I could give every single one of you, life advice, not financial advice, but life advice, is to stay in the present moment. All you have is the present moment. And I know this sounds cliche, but hear me out. When you're worried and freaking out, when things are weird, you know, you're off. Number one, your frequency is off. And when your frequency is off, you can't focus on the present. And when you can't focus on the present, you can't tackle what's in front of you. When you can't tackle what's in front of you, you become lost. You have to be a ship that's sailing in a direction. That direction has to be constantly monitored. You can't just let yourself kind of drift around. Too many people let themselves drift around, and that's why they don't get anywhere. Years later, they look back, and they're in the same place. Okay? And so part of doing that, while they're in the same place, part of what happens to them is they end up thinking about the past a lot, throwing off their frequency, getting into worry and fear, and not focusing on the future. All right? Secondly, Toaster, hola, shout out to everybody here on the live. Secondly, you worry about what's going to happen in the future so much. What's going to happen? What can I do for the future? That you miss out on what you could be doing in the present that will shape the future. You can think about the future and dream about it. It's great. But if you focus on it so much that you don't see the present. So again, both things can take you from the present. So if you're feeling anxiety, if you're off kilter and you didn't drink like a bunch of espresso, which usually gives me anxiety, and I stay away from coffee too and caffeine. I really do. I believe caffeine, other people say it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm not about it. I think, to me, it throws me off. Anyway, that's all off topic, but the idea is to stay in the present moment in time. All right? And to do that, you need to rework your subconscious mind. If you're really going through a lot, you're going to be in the past a lot. I used to sit in the past a lot. A lot happened to me. I was unable to shape my present moment, which I was unable to keep my future. I couldn't go where I wanted to go. It makes sense now when I look back. I can see exactly what was wrong with me. But for years, I couldn't get where I wanted to go. I mean, how crazy was that, right? I had a plan. I'm going to make a business. I'm going to do this. And a year or two would go by. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to start working out. A year would go by. I didn't go to the gym. I couldn't hit the goal. And then I didn't believe in myself. And then I started talking. And when I talked, I was like, man, just stop talking, man. Because when you say, I would be talking to myself. When you say things, I don't hear you. And that's depression when you don't believe in yourself anymore. And it makes sense because you've said a lot of things that you didn't do. And it builds up over time, right? So, I mean, I can help you out of any situation mentally. I can help you spiritually. And I can teach you the way through technical analysis. These three things combined, I'm always saying that to get where you want to be, you got to use the 4 pillars of life. Your physical sense, you have to be in a good spot physically. Mentally, you want to be in a good place mentally, right? You want to make sure you don't have any holdbacks or you're not sitting in the past all day long. Spiritually, you want to feel free. Like if you had to pass away today, that you've done what you felt you could do for people and for yourself, right? And so you want that mental freedom. And then financially, you want to be able to go where you want. You don't want someone to hold you down because they have more money than you or because they have to, you need a paycheck for them. So there's, you want to be free in all aspects of life, right? I always talk about there's some people who have good religion in their life, right? Great person, good connection to God, They have a lot of money, and they're really smart, and they don't have a lot of issues, but they overeat to the point where they're just so overweight. And to me, that's not wealthy. They've missed a pillar of wealth because you can't enjoy your wealth when you can't move or when you're always worried about having a heart attack or something. How fun is it to have $1 billion? It's not. So I just want you guys to remember, as I'm here with 827 beautiful people on a Sunday, and no, I don't mean to be a preacher. I'm just a guy who knows how hard it was to get where I'm at in technical analysis and how so much of the life things that were getting thrown at me, like the ins and outs of life, were taking me away from my focus and my discipline. And I was unable to get where I wanted to be in life. And so if you're struggling, I'm speaking to you, right? If you're waking up in the morning and you have a plan, but you're still a little unsure, I'm speaking to you. You're going to be great. You're going to be fine. You're going to stay in the present moment every time. You're going to have gratitude for that moment because right now I have so much gratitude that each and every one of you are here. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to all the 331 people that had gratitude to hit the like button. May God bless you. And shout out to the 824 people that are here watching. God bless you. Shout out to the $14 in chat revenue. I just have so much gratitude in those three things that just happened. I'm unbelievable. That many people watching, that many people with the likes, and that many people sent money. Unbelievable. Right? So, Thanks for the honest words and sharing your experiences. Yeah. Start the day with God, pray to God, count your blessings, and spread the love, and live your life. Amen. Seize the day. I found myself buying Sol on Coinbase to fund other exchanges. Fees are 0.08 compared to other. Yeah, no, Sol is nice, and it's easy and fast. 100%. I was using Sol, and it happens really quick. I have 7 screws in my foot. My lifer brother has helped me get in this game. And my lifer's been here to help me get in the game, helping to lift my spirits daily. Amen. Anyway, so I like what I'm seeing for Casper. Bit of bearish div here. That swings down. Well, that swings up. You could say it came down already. Watch this flag. If this flag holds, I mean, we're in for a bigger move for Casper. Really, seriously, you know. If it starts to drop down, then we're looking to test this trend line at 13.1. Either way, I still see some bullishness here. Unless we lose this trend line and start to break down, then that will change my whole story, right? But right now, I mean, Casper's looking good to me. Very interesting. Shout out to the fan funding, and may God bless all of you for jumping on in. We appreciate it. Shout out to Dan E. Can you look at BEAMX? People are really sweating this coin. I don't get it. Pleased to see another year. Shout out to Kyle Vero. Shout out to ALGO Targets. Please, sorry for your loss. And can we go over Blur? Blur, ALGO, and BingX. And shout out to Dopamine Wave Pool, Fatality, Kyle Vero, Dan, and Rave Song Records for the fan funding. You people are blessed. May God bless you all for being here. Amazing. And we're on our way to 50K, 50,000 subscribers, and it looks like we're going to do it sooner than later, everybody. I'm excited. You should be excited. It's going to be a milestone in my life. Again, it's just a number, but halfway there to the $100,000 goal, $100,000 goal. And I'm just excited. It's something that I've dreamed about, that 50K. And you know, once you get to certain places, people just take you a little more seriously on YouTube. I don't know why, but it is what it is, you know. And I've seen it many, many times. But 49,368, we are so close to 50K. Can we get to 50K by the end of the year? That's what I want, baby. That's what I want to see. All right. So look, we did just get this beautiful bounce on the 7-minute time frame. Boom. It's a good sign right there. You could see how it's almost like you broke out, you broke back inside. That's a good sign. We whipped down to 39.44. Whoever snatched that up had the guts of glory. We tested and kept this level as a test. I mean, that was a test. We technically just retested this level. Let's see what the 7-minute can do, but it's suggesting to me that it's going to bounce all the way back up to 39.9. And we have the liquidity kind of waiting for us here on BOOKMAP. Interesting times. This show's been exciting, huh? I like this show. If I was watching the show, I'd be like, this is a pretty cool Sunday show. You know what I mean? We're getting some Bitcoin updates. We just saw a cool little move. Good morning. Can we go over Luna Classic? That one that's 001. Thank you. Shout out to Piyush Nagasu Brahmalam. Nagasu Brahmalam. Yeah. It's pumping, baby. 39,614. You're cool, Sam. We appreciate you, brother. Sub count got to match the Bitcoin price, baby. I don't know, 50K would be amazing. It's a great show. Sammy Beam is Merit Circle. Oh, they changed the name, huh? Is that what happened there? Super Chats, Blur, Algo, BMX, and Luna C. Shout out to Lakochi Coker in the house. I truly appreciate you, Sam, and love you. Shout out to Kyle. I appreciate you too, man. You actually got my first name right. Hey, man, I try hard to do that. My linguistics, you know, I put a lot of effort into that. I do. I really do. Whenever I meet someone's always like, you're the first person to actually say my name correctly. I'm like, well, I consciously look at the words and try to say it correctly. I don't know. Other people just like, blah, 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 you know, like I can't say it. So I'm just going to I'm like, come on, put some effort in there. So I saw this breaking out of a cup and handle to the upside. It did that. Okay. Beautiful move. Let's take a look at it on a bigger time frame, like a daily. So cup and handle here, blasted out. Kind of another cup and handle in a way. So this is an NFT marketplace. As the market starts to get back up, people are getting back into NFTs. Clear as day. And so they're going to start, getting in and out of these things. And when they use these exchanges, these coins and whatever is associated are going to go up in value, right? So there you have that cup and handle. Hit that level. You're almost bringing that right there to the wicks, And it looks kind of like Bitcoin on the 7-minute right now. Like it retested, popped back out. Can it continue to the upside is the question. I like what I'm seeing here. Kind of a bigger cup with another handle here. Again, the wick at resistance has to break back above that key level inside of a gap, though, on the VRVP. 22 hours kind of saying no way. So the other idea is we're in some type of, like we're going to make some type of bigger channel possibly. But it definitely broke out, in my humble opinion. Let's see how this candle closes today on the Sunday. Like to see it get bought back up and not close on a wick like that. If that closes, that's kind of a bearish sign. We're going to have to take that into account. So I'd watch it. Doesn't look amazing. Got rejected by price action at 58 cents for whatever reason. But the stochastics say that it can continue and it doesn't have a lot of bearish momentum. So, 867 people here on a Sunday. Y'all are amazing. Amen. Hard work, my man. God bless you, Jake, with the $10. You're the man, dude. Can we match the likes up to the watchers? That would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. Let's take a look at ALGO. And I still own ALGO. I'm just not a huge fan of their, some of their connections and this and that. So I talked about ALGO being in a flag. I talked about the front running the golden cross. You saw the 50 coming. And lo and behold, we did get a pump for ALGO, right? Nice little move up from 13.7 all the way up to 15. And I see ALGO going all the way to 20. It just is what it is. It's about to have its time. It hasn't pumped yet. Everything else has done its thing. It's got the slanted Adam and Eve. Everything has done the exact same thing, which is really creepy. But you have the Adam and Eve. It's slanted. You can draw your neckline up here like so. It's going to break up, Gets above this high volume node. It gets to the high volume, and it gets into this area. You can see there's resistance there. There's going to be a little bit of resistance at 28. But, yeah, over time, in the next month or two, I don't see why ALGO is not going to be somewhere at 36, 40 cents. So those are my targets for ALGO, and it's now about to break out of a key resistance zone. If it gets above this level, it's really got, it can easily get up to 21 cents. All right. Let's take a look at BeamX. BeamX, which someone told me is Merit Circle now. Is that true? That'd be interesting. Anyway, so I talked about it yesterday. We went over the fact that it was in a nice channel, right? Looking like it could break on out. I wanted it to either come back and hit this or come back and break that. It really just broke out to the upside. Didn't really matter. Then made another flag here. As we got to get that music up and running, Danny. Get that music over here. Anyway, now it's in another flag, and it wants to continue. Everyone seems to be talking about this coin for whatever reason. So it's got a buzz, right? And, I'm not about it. I'm not trading it. It doesn't have the best liquidity for me. And it still has very low volume, very low spread, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have tons of money. I don't think I could get in with, 20 grand or 10 grand. I think the coin would keel over. But I like what I'm seeing, and it does tell me it can get all the way to 1.6. All right, so I don't see why it won't continue to the upside. All right, Bitcoin getting a beautiful pump now off that 7-minute to the upside. Look at that beautiful retest. So that's a confirmed retest now of the zone. All right, and that's what we wanted to see. That's what we were looking for. We wanted to see that retest. I kind of wanted to jump in when I said it would take a lot of guts. I was like, I should be the guy with all those balls, with the balls and jump on in. I guess I wasn't the guy for whatever reason. Speaking of balls, let's get the jar up and running there. There's the jar. So sorry that I didn't have the jar there. Jar is how you can watch your actual super chat move around. It's pretty cool. All right. So Bitcoin just went up nicely from 44 on that low wick all the way back up to the high here at resistance at 39,691. But what a nice pump up for the 7-minute time frame. And that's why I love my 7-minute, you know. And again, it was definitely a bit of a short squeeze. We wouldn't see the liquidations, but there was definitely liquidations right there on a short squeeze for sure. Mark my words, right? We know it just by looking at it at this point. And there's still that liquidity all the way up to 40K, which tells us, you know, just to be careful. Price action is pretty choppy, but again, this is this weird thing that I found that can be true is, now you can either place it in here and call, but I like to say that it like fell out and broke back inside the pattern. But you can even put it in here, you know. But my ability to see patterns, to poke around, to look at things differently has come to pay off over time. Because I can see what most people can't see. I also said that would take a lot of guts, and usually the gutsy call, you know, you'll flatten the other people. That would have been a beautiful scalp, really, had I pulled it off in the live. But again, I'll get it next time, but that would have been a really nice scalp. So there's BEAMX for you. I see it continuing. It just broke out. I don't see why it won't continue to go to the upside with lower volume and, you know, people talking about it. But again, I don't know. I don't have any. I don't know who owns it. I have nothing to do with the project. It doesn't, you know. So wow, we looked at LUNC back in this cup and handle here. Terra Classic had brought it back down into a 786 fib, even an 886, and from there, thought it could get to 11. This thing just absolutely went on a tear. Funny what happens to LUNC, man. And again, it's as funny as it is, it's also people getting into DeFi, right? It's also people still like showing signs of life into DeFi, right? Again, never chase a green candle. Flag this out. If this can make a beautiful pattern and then hit the 21 SMA, I'm game, right? And there still could be some love out of this coin. Or there's a smaller time frame scalping. You know, you can go to like the real 1 minute or the, you know, look for some type of scalp here. Again, high risk, high reward type of stuff, if this is what you're into. But this, you know, this is the stuff that, you know, legends are made of, baby. You never know. But I'd like to see that one hour really make its move. All right. Hit control, pull this out. Right click these, set alerts on them. And that way I won't have to stare at it. And I might miss a huge pump on the smaller time frame, so be it. It is what it is. Like, if I get the charity call, I'll get it. If not, it's okay. You know what I mean? We really want to see Bitcoin now break above 39,700. That, look, resistance. Really, both of these key levels. 39.7. We get above there, we can get to this bigger target, 39.9 and 40K, and then we can talk about kind of what else is going to happen here. Because, and so far so good. We got what's called the retest. Previous resistance became support. We hit the top of the trend. And look, people were seeing the same thing I was seeing. They bought right into that retest, and they're in the money now. That's what's called a retest. Understand what a retest is. To be able to teach you guys a retest live today is a blessing. That doesn't always happen. I don't always get a chance to do that. It doesn't always play out exactly. I mean, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful retest. All right. Really nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. Your sportscaster voice leads the way, bro. Gotta love it. Shout out to Free Refills. We love you, man. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Coca-Cola. Other people, by the way. He's so funny, man. Bitcoin at 5K is a higher low on the weekly and the monthly. The grind inspires me. Hardest working streamer in the game. Shout out to Sneaky Pete Vaporizers. We love you. We appreciate you. And I guess it's really taken time to set in. People are really starting to take a look at what's happening here with the movement in the channel. It took a while, but we finally broke bread. You know, people are like, who is this guy? This crypto lifer Sam Price guy, who's been managing to stay consistent for so long, despite death in the family, his mom dying, his dad dying, you know, his wife is pregnant. I'm going through a lot, right? I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm taking the kids out. I haven't gotten a haircut in weeks. Well, life's been good too. You know, I had the best month of business of my life, best time of my life, you know, most successful time in my entire life, and then I lose my mother. Really strange, man. It reminds me of, like, you know, when Kanye West or these other I would see people in, you know, in the news that I knew about, and their life would be going so well, and then I'd hear about a death in their family, and I'd be like, man, it doesn't matter how much money they made. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to be them today, you know? And it's crazy how sometimes you can experience your highest highs and your lowest lows at the same time. Bitcoin getting the move above resistance, really getting popped and locked right now to the upside. That was the beautiful move there on that 7-minute retest. And we didn't miss a beat for you, you know, and that was definitely a short squeeze right there. And we definitely got some liquidations that came in. Wow, a lot of volatility for Sunday, you know, pretty crazy. Again, the same resistance area though is being kept now for BTC. We really want to get above that. We were above it for a second. It looked great, but we want to stay above that level. We really do. All right. Bitcoin is about to pump again. Come see. And it did. It really did pump again a couple times here. All right. 15-minute close bearish divergence again. Anyway, now look, it's about to stay above this key level. Can we? Oh, this is what you want to see here. You don't want to miss this. Here we go. Check this out. You don't want to miss this. This is interesting. Oh, there we go. There we go. And now we have plowed through that resistance. That's a very good sign. I'd like to see us close a candle now on the 5-minute and get above that level. 3 minutes and 48 seconds for this candle to close. Shib, you fun of BNB making me want to buy more. BNB's awesome, man. High time frames are finished for BNB, possibly. Wow, and we're getting a massive short squeeze now for Bitcoin. This is crazy. Every time I show up, you know, and if we had the liquidation levels, you could be watching live accounts getting liquidated on BOOKMAP. I just got to do some update, but wow, look at this move now. All the way, now it's growing, and it's gearing up for a possible another sideways consolidation for a bigger move. And we told you there's 39.9, there's 40K, and we want 40K. We want 40K, and we want it now. We want 40K, and we want it now. I said we want 40K, and we want it now. Give us 40K. Look at that nice move to the upside for Bitcoin, going to the next resistance all the way at 39.773. This is absolutely beautiful. This is unbelievable. Insanity for BTC. Who wants 40K and who wants it now? I do. Me, and me. We want it now. I know, right? 40K today, baby. I mean, now we hit the same wick resistance, basically 39.772 for Bitcoin. Unbelievable move, though. That was beautiful. I really wanted to play that retest live. I should have grown some cojones and jumped on in there. I played Sallywags. I don't know why. Sometimes, you know, you got to pull the trigger. You got to pull the trigger. It was Sunday, though. I was like, man, but it looked right. Hey, the science was telling me that was going to be a retest. Terra Luna Classic now. Pamp it. We got to pamp it all the way down. Bitcoin pamping all the way up to. I love Ivan on Tech, man. Nice guy. He seems like such a nice dude. Like he was raised right with a good family. Like, you know, who knows? But he seems like a really nice guy. I'd like to be friends with him. Seems like a cool dude. Now, crypto lifer now. Now, let me tell you, lifer. Are you going to pump it or are you going to stomp and dump it? I want to know, how do you want to pump or dump? Right? They're selling. Amazing. I mean, this has been an amazing show. I didn't expect any of this wildness. I thought it was just going to be a nice little Sunday, nice and easy peasy. I didn't know we were going to learn how, learn the retest, see it happen live, watch the 7-minute do damage, 5-minute doing its extension. And I just want to see us now, if we can start closing candles above this resistance and really turn this into something special. or if we're just going to kind of come back down, make some type of M pattern here and turn it into whatever. They're pumpamentos and fundamentos. What are the pumpamentos and the fundamentals? Yeah. Respect the pump. It isn't fun. If it's facts, you're funny, man. Shibanucci. He's talking about BNB to the downside. Let's take a look at what he's saying. Let's take a look at this guy, what this guy's swaying over here. So we called this beautiful move for BNB all the way up to 259. Almost got there. Got through the first target, though. Nice call. Beautiful move. Cup and handle for BNB. Haven't looked at it since. Let's take a look. Bit of a diamond pattern here. Right off the bat, I'm looking at. In from the bottom, could come out the bottom. You know, just something to think about. Not amazing. Let's take a look at our daily or our 2-day chart. 2-day chart's extremely oversold. All right. You got a bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom beginning to form here. A known reversal pattern. All right. Which tells me this might, you know, that's interesting. You got resistance, support. You've been in a range between 182 and 334. You know, broader range. That's accumulation really for that bigger move. Yeah, a bit of a descending triangle in a way, not the best. Could say you were in it and you broke out somewhat there, already there though. But still not amazing. We got a resistance here and here. Yeah, it doesn't look amazing. I mean, it's below the 200 SMA. You got to get it back above that, right? And you got a bit of a descending triangle right here. Yeah, it says you can get a dump first, further down. But it's also not the worst though. Like it's not like the worst. You know, the daily doesn't looks like it could get a nice pump back up. Again, I wouldn't touch it until it gets above the 200 SMA in the daily. That would be like my sign that it's getting some love. Yeah, so look for it to move down first. And honestly, but 200 looks like a good price for it. I don't see it getting much lower, you know. I have 10 trades open. BNB is my only loser. Interesting. Yeah, I do see some more downside, but again, not the worst thing in the world, right? Bitcoin doing damage, still some good volatility here at 39,750, and all the way up to 40,000 is the key. What we're looking for is 40K, baby. We want 40K, and we want it now, and we don't care, and we don't give a dang, and we want it, and we want it now. Give us 40K, or we're going to break down the walls. Enough is enough. We've taken enough abuse. We want 40,000, and we want it today. Dang it, we'll take it if we aren't given it. We're just going to come and take it. We're just going to grab it by the cojones. Anyway, parabolic gain. So now, look, now we break into the smaller time frames. Things are getting interesting. And I'm willing to watch this 1 hour, this 1 minute here and see what we're getting. Show us some type of cool flag, falling wedge, something here. And honestly, that was a nice pump on the, if you were on the one, that was an amazing pumpamental on the 1 minute. Nice pumpage. Is there a particular reason you use MEXC instead of exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken? Bang. I use Coinbase and Kraken. Alex has been looking good. Alex is okay. Follows Bitcoin. We looked at it yesterday. It's all right. I don't know if it's looking okay. It's all right. It's finally back to a key level after a long time. I'll give you that. It may go to 15 cents from 10. It might go up 50%. I don't know. Sad. I mean, we've seen so many gains now. We're starting to be like, a little bit of gain, a little bit of what, what are you going to do over here? Shout out to the 967 beautiful souls in the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 493 likes. My name is Sam Price. I've been trading for a long time. I appreciate you for being here. If you would like to join my trading group, I'd greatly appreciate it. It's an amazing place to be, CryptoLifer.com. And let me show you where you can see. I didn't expect this many people to be here. I'm super excited to see you all. All right, we've been over Bitcoin. We've been watching this Bitcoin pump. We called this retest on the 7-minute. Now we're watching the 1. Just showing you how to use different time frames to get different information. I'm really teaching right now as you're watching me, and we're just going over basically all the cool stuff that you can see here on the channel. We also go over coins that people really don't know about, like Shrapnel before most people knew about it. Like Caspa when it was under a penny. Like XNA when it was 0.00809. Bang, bang, bang. But join the trading group. Jump on in. CryptoLifer.com. We greatly appreciate it. We're going to pin the message. We also have an awesome poll here. 707 votes came in. What will be the high for this bull run for Bitcoin? 39% say 80 to 100K. 31% say, 100 to 160K. 18% and 12% say 500K. 160 to 250 say 18%. Pretty cool. Amazing. Amazing. So join the trading group if you want to get down. Hit CryptoLifer.com. It's going to take you to an amazing new website we just built. And I can't wait to show you that right now. It's awesome. All right. And you can join today. Join today. We make it very simple to join today. It's everywhere, all over the place. We're everywhere you want to be. We're Visa. All right. And another cool thing is here, MEXC.com. Jump into MEXC. MEXC is a great place to trade with zero fees. Zero spot maker and taker fees. Jump in today. I'm on the MEXC perp right now. And what I love about it is I can raise my stop loss up and down. Super simple, super easy. You can't beat it. Absolutely love MEXC. Zero spot maker and taker fees too right now. I don't know how long they're going to do that for, but I've been dollar cost averaging into my BTC, grabbing it up, setting it to the hardware wallet. And again, don't leave all your money on an exchange. Get yourself a hardware wallet today. I have links to Trezor and, if you want a Ledger too, stuff like that. But jump on in and get yourself a hardware wallet. I use Trezors for my big boys. I like it. And again, use multiple hardware wallets. Don't put everything on one wallet. So if anything ever got compromised, it's not one single place of entry. So look at this little flag on the 1 minute. It's looking like it could get a nice little pop to the upside here. And this could be the beginning of a bigger move here for Bitcoin. And I'm looking for 40K. We want 40K and we want it now. This is a 40K watch party on Sunday. It's going to happen right now in front of everybody. We're going to get to 40K. I'm calling it. I'm calling it, baby. We want 40K and we want it now. And we don't care how many people have to get liquidated for us to get what we want. We want it and we want it today. That's it. If you're in the way and you're shorting, we want you out of the way. We want you liquidated. We want 40K and we want it now. That's it. That's it. There's nothing less. There's nothing less. That's it. We want it and we want it right now. Dang it. You don't give it to us, we're going to come and take it. That's it. I'm messing around. I think it's funny. But it's like, give us 40K for crying out loud. Make it happen. And I put on the baby blue coat. I didn't know it was going to be this nice of a show on a Sunday morning. If I knew all you beautiful people would have been here, I would have put on a tie. You know what I mean? But dude, I like this flag here. Measured move takes us to 40K. So this could take us to 40,078. Stop loss would have to be chintzy. This is a scalp. This is a 1 minute scalp. I'm just teaching you here what I'm going over. I risk $30 to gain $100. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't risk a lot on these scalps. Might raise the because my liquidation could be higher on stuff like this. So 40 for 148. I like that, right? If I lose it, I'm already up today. I'll still be up on my trades for the day, right? I can take a look at it. The liquidation will be 38.8, which is lower than my stop, which is good. Margin would be $500, right? I can't lose too much. And I could gain another 146 on the quick scalp. Just want to add some spice to the show here for 40K. You know. Let me take a look back at what's happening in the chats. Still a bit of a resistance. We could say it's a breakout or not. My mind's working. My mind's working. Let my mind work. My mind's doing the thing again. I always tell people, when you join my trading group, you pay for my hyperactive brain. That's what you're getting. You know what I mean? That's what you're paying for. You're paying for triple action pack, smash and grab. You know what I mean? Yeah, we ended up on the 32nd today. I'm sorry, Ma. I didn't mean to do it. And that used to be funny when my mom was alive. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm on the 32nd again. I apologize. I didn't mean to be a D-gen. I know you didn't raise me this way. But I watched too much of Jason Casper, and now look what happened to me. He ruined my soul. Now I'm on NEXA. Nah, I'm just messing around. God bless each and every one of you for being here, though. Thank you for having this great moment with me. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm coming out of grief a little bit. Last few days have been really, really hard. If everyone watched, my mom died on Thanksgiving. She had a headache right in front of me. And my mom's like young and vibrant. She's 74, but she's like the youngest 74 you ever seen. And she's like, I'm having this headache. No, not right now. I'm so sorry, everybody. And next thing you know, like, I'm in an ambulance with her. And next thing you know, they're telling me that she's a vegetable. And that we could make a decision whether to, like, airlift her and drain her brain or let her die in peace. And we made the decision to let her pass in peace. And, like, that's been my peace, you know. And my claim to fame is that I haven't taken a day off of my live streams. You know, I've been the guy that never stops working, that always is there, no matter what. And it's been tough, to be honest. And it's been crazy, you know. Yeah. So, I don't know. Anyway, I jumped on in. We'll see what happens. We'll take a shot at the unknown. But yeah, so I've been piecing together kind of what happened and how it happened, and still maintaining my focus on Bitcoin and my trading group. My trading group blew up. We got so many new people in it too. And I want to be there for everyone and be the leader. And so I'm stuck with this idea of, like, one of the craziest things that ever happened to me in my entire life. And also knowing that I'm inside of a pocket in time that I may never get again, where I have a beautiful trading group, a beautiful YouTube channel, and so much opportunity around me. And I know my mother wouldn't want me to squander that opportunity that I've worked so hard for so long. And so I'm really, you may get here too, and I think everyone will in their life. If you're really getting into a point of success where you've given a lot of your life and you've dedicated a lot, as we watch the 32nd here, right? I'm not taking you away. We're kind of just giving you some back talk story here where we watch the price action. But the idea is you'll get to a point in life where no matter how hard the hardship is or what happens to you, you're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to push forward, and you're gonna have to make it happen. And I think my channel is becoming kind of a bigger story. I think it's becoming a story of perseverance, a story of focus and discipline, and a story that, like, it's between you and God. And, like, I love all of you. The support I got and your support system in life is strong. I have a great support system, but, like, it starts with God, and then you can expand from there. But without God, I would be crumbled right now. I don't know how I'd be doing what I'm doing. Look, that's the fastest $14 you ever make. I'm the king of 3%, baby. 2.49. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We got the pumpage. Can we get the continuation movement here? 1 minute looks nice. 1 minute's breaking out strong. And look, I just gave you another trade. I made the trade live. Look, that's a fast $26. That's 5% gains, right? And we're getting a bit of a short squeeze here too as well, right? So look, even as I talk about my mother's passing on Thanksgiving, which ripped my heart out, like it's like a movie. Like, who lives that life? Like, whose mother dies on Thanksgiving right before we took the turkey out? Next thing you know, I'm in an ambulance with her, telling her I love her and I'm going to be there no matter what. And next thing you know, my mom is struggling to stay alive. Like, Wow, look at that massive sell-off right in my face. They're like, nope, not today. You were in the money, but now you're not. Now you're only up $2, you know. A bit of a bearish div here too now. And this looks a lot like Bitcoin on the daily. So now, look, you got to recognize the bearish divergence when it sweeps in. That's some bearish tone right there. That could really start a dumpage. So everything was going well until it wasn't. You see what I'm saying? That's how fast it can happen here when you're trading. Look, now I'm down 16. Yikes. Remember, I was risking $30, $40 to gain 150. Should have taken my 20 at the, you know. It is, and it's also Sunday scalping. Right? We definitely lost the pattern. The pattern looked beautiful. That was a fake out breakout. They faked the breakout, got people to jump in. Stop losses lower around this area. They're going to clean out those stops. We could still get a wick back inside. We're on a very small time frame. On trading on the weekend too. All right. Watch the volatility. They've been doing this a lot, just breaking patterns, but somehow attempting to keep the pattern alive, right? A little bit of hidden bullish there on the 1 minute. Never really backtested 1 minute hidden bullish, but swing up while that swings down. Oversold in the stochastics. But I didn't expect to be on the small time frames today. I didn't expect 1,000 people here on the live at about 11:06 in the morning on a Sunday, honestly. What's going on with the chat? Shout out to Jason Casper, man. God bless you, Sam. Huge things coming your way in 2024, man. Hey, man, God bless you, brother. I don't know if you heard me. It's so funny. You made it to the stream, man. Thank you so much, man. God bless you, brother. We love you, Sam. You're such an amazing man. Shout out to the Lifer Love and chat. We want 40K and we want it now. Easy money. Bitcoin pumping. Lunacy is pumping. My mom is like my sister. Bow Tribe is being set up. 40K coming. Much love, Sam. We're here for you. Wow, look at that dump. Nasty dump. Look at that. I'm probably going to get stopped out. I'm still up on the day. I want to make that clear. All right, even with this loss. I probably got stopped out. Ooh. I should be getting stopped out by now. I thought my stop was at, let's see, $56. Yeah, $39,650. I somehow didn't get taken out. There's a chance I stay in there. You never know, right? Whack pattern now, though. Look at this. The fake out, the break back inside, keep the falling wedge alive, you know. But that's some craziness right there. Keep it strong as you're in life. Yeah. Yeah, I got to put people on timeout, man. You're getting on my nerves, man. I love you guys, but you're getting on my nerves, brother. I'm sorry. Your mom's the only woman who can actually love you. I know, right? Keep it strong as you are in life, as Bitcoin will pump. I like to believe your mom and my son are looking down and helping us. Amen, man. I'm sorry to hear about your son. Jason, this guy's such a hater, man. Jay Boogie's a hater, bro. God bless Jason, man. I love you, man. Thank you so much for the love. Yeah, haters, man. Haters all over the place. 40K today. You never know. I mean, we're watching the small time frames, so anything could happen, right? I'll come back later on with a bigger update. And again, anyway, this is out of control. 1,022 people on the live, 568 likes, $143 in chat revenue. You people are amazing. I can't believe it. All right, before we get out of here, I just want to look at a couple more things, and then I'm going to jump on out. I'll see some of my alert lists just to be nice. We'll see what I got going on. METIS was looking nice to me inside of the channel. I think someone asked us about it. I had an alert here. Thing pumped, though, and hit the target. Look at that, METIS to the upside. Talked about it yesterday. There's a quick 28% gains out of METIS. Bang, bang, bang. That's why we like to do. GFAL still in price discovery, basically. The highest I've ever seen it. Hanging out at the tops of the tops. And again, lower liquidity, not amazing, but just watching this kind of do its thing. And if it continues to consolidate, I don't see why it won't continue to go to 6 cents. GFAL still on the radar, still looking nice. And we got into this thing super early. It's a very low market cap. The guy who created some big things, Trip Hawkins, is down. Now, this is C6. I like what I'm seeing for this coin. Carbon Browser. All right, I got into this coin super early. Watched it pump beautifully. Kind of like still, you know, we have these like fake out breakouts. And I am in this coin. I hold it. You know, I don't know the team or anything like that. I don't talk about coins. No one pays me to talk about a coin. I want to make that really clear. I pay myself to talk about a coin. It's about it. You know what I mean? Like if I'm in a coin and I like it, I talk about it, right? No one owns me. Nobody controls me. I don't take anybody's money. I make my own money on my own products and my own stuff and my own ideas. That's why I like my channel, because it's awesome, because I don't have to take a shill from anybody. If I want to, you know, promote something like ITrust Capital, that I think is an awesome, you know, honest company, great, and BingX, which is a great place to trade the S&P. Why I like BingX is because you can trade the S&P futures and Forex in the same place. You can't do that in a lot of other places. You just can't. You know what I mean? So, Super Chat, Zilliqua, ROCKI, and VRTX. So, look, I'm looking for C6 to bounce out of this falling wedge back to the upside, stay inside of this wedge, and then I see a bigger move to 14 cents over time. All right. My baby JOYSTREAM as well, still sitting pretty, right? Fell out of the channel, actually, so not seeing that pretty, but a lot of things are kind of, I'd look at it something like this, but I don't really love what I saw there. Let me take a look. Looks to me like it may be making a bit of a cup and a handle now. I'd watch a local fib on that. That'd be cool, though. A nice rising wedge for a parabolic run out. The cup and handle, let's go, and rips. Support and resistance flip. Might come down a little lower, something like that. That would be beautiful. We could even bring the fib up a little inside, like from that impulse. And you're talking almost a 786 where you're at. I like JOYSTREAM right now, going sideways. I mean, I'm in it too, and it's very close to its all-time high. We got in down here. This thing has just been ripping. All right. Got some red coins better than useless tokens. You people, yeah. Can you do a tutorial video on how to trade stocks on BingX? Yeah, it's not that hard. You know what I mean? Not that hard at all. All right. Not a fan of that song, personally. Just anyway, I'm going to jump on out of here for the day, everybody. See what happens. Trade did get kicked out. I lost 50 bones. So I shouldn't have went so hard on the smaller time frame, but it is what it is. BNB just keeps sliding down without anyone noticing from Bitcoin pumping. What do you guys like? Like, it's so strange. Like, what do you guys get together and do this? It's so weird, man. Go to the same exact exchanges and say the same stuff. It's so weird. Like, get a new hustle, guys. It's so strange. If you listen to me, you would be in the money right now. Oh, it's just so weird, man. Get a new hustle. All right. Near had a tiny slide. Picked it up a bit at 196. Yeah. There was one more super chat that I wanted to look at. Zilliqua and ROCKI. Zilliqua, I mean, no one talks about it anymore. It gets no buzz. It gets no love, right? I see it a giant Adam and Eve double bottom. Eventually, it's going to make its way. I see it over time, somewhere up at 4.9, 5 cents. Yeah. Just look like it's going to take a lot longer than some other coins that have a narrative and that people talk about and actually care about. I got into Zilliqua a long time ago. And when I 3x'd it, I got out. and it was a least unperforming coin I'd been in. And maybe it has its day in the sun, and there's an Adam and Eve there with a bit of a flag, and I could see it pumping up, but it just doesn't do it for me. Just doesn't do it for me anymore. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Zilliqui, Zilliquam, Zilliqui. ROCKI had a huge pump to the upside. Funny, I was looking at it here for whatever reason. And, you know, you could just channel it. But these are just low market cap gems, too, that can just, they don't take a lot to get pumped. So, you know, that's another, it is what it is, right? We got a little flag here that broke out. I don't know what to tell you. I'd be taking profits. It's overbought. Small time frame, risky stuff, you know. The chances 45 might continue up. But again, not my bag, you know. That target would be 2.6 if this continues. It's getting some good volume now. 15-minute time frame, getting a little overbought, you know. I don't know. It says it wants to pump right now. See where it can go on the 15, and then either double tops, it starts to break down, or can't get above the zone. I'm not a huge fan, though, right? Bitcoin looks like it could be ripping right back up to the upside now. It's interesting. Let me take a look at Bitcoin before I jump on out of here. So remember, we had the breakout pump, and now we're like somewhat sideways here. We didn't get so crazy on the small time frame on a weekend. But so we're looking for this 10-minute time frame to make some type of cool flag. If it makes a flag, I mean, that thing's great. After they liquidated everyone like me right there. It's so funny, right? At exactly 650, right? Should have mitigated. But we're watching this watch this 10-minute make a flag. If the 10-minute stays inside a flag, we got a big pump coming for Bitcoin further up. The 1 hour suggests that we do pump. I mean, it looks really nice. A little bit of a curve there, but so far, you know, and we'll see. There was some bearish divergence there. So I do have some mixed signals. Watch the smaller time frame and see what if this 10 or 15 minute can give us a nice flag. That will change the story. If it dumps and continues to dump down here, then we know the bears are picking up. But if the 15 minute can make a flag, it's going to tell me more about what's going to happen later on in the day, right? And everyone, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to jump on out. God bless you all for being here. 940 beautiful souls, up to 1,000 people in the live, $143 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for the love. We'll take a look at VTRX, and then I'm out of here, which I don't even know what it is, on Bybit Vertex. Looks like it's brand new. Had a nice pump, then a dump. I can't tell you, man. It's got like not a lot of info. Let's take a look here. 1 hour. I'd have to look at what it is, what's going on with it. I know nothing about it. Very small liquidity on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour even. If anything, it could break out and go to a new all-time high. It's very high risk. I'd have to know about it. And if I believed in it and it made sense to me, it might be something I would jump on into. Vertex. You'll humor me for a second. I'll take a look. I don't want to miss out. I may be getting some hot news and maybe garbage. You never know. That's another thing. I'm just interested enough to know. All right, so a lot of the circulating supply is still yet to come out. So that's, you know, not the worst, but, you know, something to think about, right? $63 million market cap, $43 cents. It's on KuCoin, Bybit, MEXC, BitGet. Launched in April. Vertex is a hybrid order book. AMM DEX built on Arbitrum. Vertex deploys unified cross-margin and cross-perpetuals. High-performance order book. It's on Arbitrum. It's all right. I don't know. Got some liquidity. Its volume today is very low. Look at that, 156,000, 740,000 on Bybit. You know, 96,000 on MEXC. I mean, I'd stay away. All right. Just doesn't have the liquidity for me personally. You know. Let's talk about the baby Render, man. Render's been hot. And it continues to pump up again to the upside. I like to see Render, if it breaks out, retest this area. The retest could be a great entry for Render somewhere at 355. And then I see it pumping all the way to 490, 488 for Render. Everyone, may God bless each and every one of you as Bitcoin's pumping back up to 39,730. About to do damage yet again. interesting enough. Could be making this rising wedge and continue to the upside. 40,000. We want 40K and we want it now. I thought we'd get 40K. That's why I hung out. We almost did. We almost got the 40K watch party. You know what I mean? Please don't leave Papa before 42K. God bless you guys. You guys are the best, man. Oh, man. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Shoulder, head, and right shoulder. I really feel the warmness of the family today, of the community that I have. I really feel it. It's unbelievable. Don't touch my cornbread, man. I got it. I got it. Right? Just got out of church in time to catch a little bit of the lifer. God bless you and the family. God bless you, Frankie, fit for life, man. Why is XRP not doing anything? Because it doesn't do anything. That's why, you know. Anyway, we still see a move to 40K. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. We'll see what happens. I'll reassess the situation in a couple hours. God bless everybody. Take some time to be with your family. The charts are fun, but take some time to be with your family. And thank you so much for jumping on in. I'll see you guys all tonight for Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. It's going to be amazing. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And thank you for all the support you've given me. You've really been able to... What if I didn't have the stream and this place to go? I'd be so depressed. Thank you so much for this place and all the community and all the support, you know. I'm just going to continue with gratitude every single day. God bless you all. Thank you so much for coming to the live. May you have a blessed day. Thank you.